Hello everyone, this is Talnissa and I'm here to bring you another WeakAura tutorial video, this time on animations and how they can help you create a WeakAura to better provide you with a more, visual cue as to when your abilities or when abilities going off, just to better show you exactly when something's coming off. And it does help alongside actions such as glowing to just that much more emphasize the ability for you to notice something. So onto the WeakAura. Basically, the benefit of using a animation over an action is because of several different things. One, it creates a WeakAura that's not too static and something that is more dynamic, so it moves and it provides you more information as to either when something's coming off cooldown, when you have something proc, whether something deadly is coming in, something or that. So it is very easily well known as to when something's going on, to better pay attention to it, to not miss out on the uptime of your buffs or what have you. So this is different from actions, so you can play sounds or whatever, but generally sounds are obtrusive more than helpful in most situations, so it's up to your discretion if you want to do that, but generally if you want to add an action that's a sound, it can cover up or distract from a call or you paying attention to something happening in game or what have you. So generally people either use button glow to add that shimmer around an icon or an action. So there are three different types of actions, one at the start, one for the main, so basically what happens when the ability is going on, and then one when it's finished, so let's say the cooldown run out or whatever. For the most part, the start and finish to the animations don't lend too much to the icon itself, however, but main does for a large part of it. There are three selections. So generally you go for preset and you can choose from a various source of different choices that you can have, and for the ones they give you, and there's flash, bounce, flip, pulse, shake, spin, and spiral. So they all are pretty self-explanatory in what they do. You can play with them if you would like to see what best shows up, but generally I will use bounce. For one, it's not as flashy as most things, as well as it is dynamic enough to show, okay, it drags my vision towards it more easily than the other choices. As for the other start and finish, generally for start I will use grow. So grow, and then I will use shrink to finish it. So it will grow and it won't have that grow from a pinpoint, but it'll just grow slightly larger and then shrink slightly smaller as the animation is going through. But again, for the most part, you won't notice it at all unless you really pay attention. So it's just a little thing, but it does add a little bit to it. So for this one, I'm going to add a bounce, so it will bounce. If you can see on the screen, it starts bouncing. So let's make an ability to go along with that. So let's say I'm on my DK right now, and I want to trigger when my obliterate gives, when I get a free obliterate from, I believe it's, what is it called? When I get a killing machine proc, I would like to know more suddenly when I get that free obliterate. So instead of looking at my bars, I can create a WeakAura. So let's rename this to killing machine. Then we go over to trigger, then we go over to aura. It is a buff that we proc, so killing machine. So we get that icon, but I want it to show that it is obliterate, not the proc of killing machine. So I'll go over to display, and instead of automatic icon, I'll choose my icon. I'll go to obliterate, and then I choose the obliterate. Then I add a little bit, so I want to take away that number, so I'll go to percentage, so it'll show me the cooldown, and then I'll tick cooldown, so the visual will show that it's going away. Okay, so I want these numbers in the center and bigger, so I'll put the text position in the center, change the color to my preferred yellow. I want it inside, then put it on 12, then I want to increase the size, so let's say 24. So there we go. Now it will show when I proc a killing spree, and will show the obliterate icon, and it is bouncing. So let's say I want to add a button code to it. So I use show, and then on the weak aura that I just made. So let's see. Alright, so there we go. Let's make one more just to show. Okay, so let's say you want to make another one for a different passive. So dark sucor, or however you pronounce that. I'm not even gonna try. Okay, dark sucor. Then you want the animations to be preset, preset, preset. Then you want to grow, shrink, and then let's make this one a flip. So we want that to flip, or pulse rather. Let's use pulse. Pulse is pretty interesting. Sometimes I use pulse to for raid weak auras, just so it's a little bit more out there, but it's not bouncing everywhere if it is like a debuff, for example. So we make the trigger aura, then we have dark sucor, and since the automatic icon is what it is, go to cooldown, go to percentage, we change the position of the text, we change the color, change the size, so 24. So again, the same concept, but with a different animation to it. So let's go over it and test this. So you can see we have the cooldown of our dark sucor after I've killed something, and so it shows the proc and then it goes away. Then when I kill another thing, it goes back. Then I want to try and get our killing machine proc. Things die too fast with airlings. Anyways, as you can see, that's basically how it works for adding animations such as a bounce or a pulse or whatever action you prefer. I definitely suggest you guys play around with it and find which helps you out. And of course, again, check out my other WeakAura videos, especially the tutorials. I am going to try and pick this up a little bit better, see where I can provide more insight as to how to build various WeakAuras, provide you all the tools that you need to either create your own type of WeakAura, and exactly how I go about creating a WeakAura package in itself. So another thing to point out is that I have this DK. I am working on it, albeit a little slowly, but hopefully DK WeakAuras will be one of the next WeakAuras that I provide, most likely Frost and Blood, and then Unholy perhaps if there is a demand for it. But right now it's level like 75, I believe, so it shouldn't be too much longer. Generally, when I get to the higher levels, I'll start crafting a skeleton weak aura, and hopefully it'll be more fleshed out towards when I get to my artifact. Until next time, guys, thank you guys for watching. Please remember to give the video a thumbs up and subscribe if you haven't already and would like to see more videos in the future. Until next time, I'll see you guys later. Bye!
Why?